The search for the purpose of life has puzzled people for thousands of years. That's because we typically begin at the wrong starting point, ourselves. We ask self-centered questions like, what do I want to be? What should I do with my life? What are my goals, my ambitions, my dreams for my future? But focusing on ourselves will never reveal our life's purpose. I'm Wright Brennan, and this is the Lost in the Midlands podcast, brought to you by Midlands Dumpster Services and Seawright Roofing. Today, I'm with a home improvement professional, a B&I networker, water filtration expert, David Tripp, Quality Life Solutions. David, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's a really cool quote that I just read, and
Thank you.
I know that is something that is near and dear to you. So before we jump into, quality life, I just wanted to ask, a little bit about your thoughts on that quote, why it's important.
Well, the reason why I picked that quote, it means a lot to me, is because that I've lost my father-in-law and here recently my wife due to cancer, and my wife's side of the family, it was 5 sisters and 2 brothers, and over half of them are fighting different types of cancer. So during the struggle of my wife through her chemo, and then she had the whip procedure, which was for pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
I started researching and reading everything I can get my hands on about it. And she had her surgery up in Spartanburg, and she was in ICU for 26 days.
Wow.
So I got to know a lot of the nurses, and they were telling me that it was strange. They were seeing more and more people come through, and people were younger and younger that were having this cancer and other forms. So like I said, I was reading everything I could, and the cancer rates in the country are, they're just exploding. I mean, it's every ethnic group, every age group, and nobody seems to understand why. Yeah. Now, I can't prove it, and I'll never know for a fact, but I believe it came down to impurities in the water, either caused it or made it worse. Like I said, I'll never know, definitively,
right.
If that was it, but that's what I believe. So that's why I walked away from a successful 30-year machining career to go into water filtration.
Well, that's a powerful story, and I mean
Thank you.
You bring a lot of passion into what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. So you just mentioned you were doing, prior to water filtration, you said you were working in a machine shop, or? Yes,
that's what I've done my whole career. I went into machine shops when I was 19, and just recently retired from that to go into this. Worked in 3 different states and 2 continents. So.
Cool. And where are you based out of now? Like
I live in Greenwood, but Quality Life Solutions is out of Chapin. That's where our facility is. So.
Cool. And you guys travel. Y'all will go.
We go over the entire state. We'll go about 2 hours up into North Carolina and about 2 hours down into Georgia. So we're in the road a really good bit. So.
Home improvement sales.
Yes, keeps it interesting. I meet a lot of great people. Really do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Well. Tell me a little bit about the different systems you guys offer. I have a reverse osmosis system. I said that correctly, right?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. It's amazing.
Thank you. A lot of people refer to that as an RO, shop talk, but it's reverse osmosis system. We have over 55 different pieces of equipment. Our company is the go-to company for DHEC. So if DHEC finds a contaminated well, they call us to fix it. And that's the advantage of Quality Life Solutions. We have such a range of different equipment. Yeah. So we can handle, whatever you have. Some of the other companies in the area, they just have a real limited selection. So it's kind of a one-size-fits-all almost. Yep. We're not going to sell you something you don't need. So, but you mentioned the reverse osmosis system, and that's the one system that I recommend to every home I go into. Yeah. Because that, as you know, is the finest filtration we can give you, and anything you're consuming, needs to be cleaned. So
I love the fact it's clean, but honestly, the water just tastes so much better. That was worth it. That was just right there. That was worth the investment.
Well, people don't realize the average American drinks about 30 gallons of purified water a year, and they're using plastic, bottled water. which up until, the reverse osmosis system, we can get it small enough to get under your kitchen sink. That was the only option you have.
Yeah.
So, but it's just there's a lot of plastic waste that you're eliminating by going with that. And people don't realize, there's so much chlorine and other stuff in our drinking water that when you take that out of it and water's back the way it should be, it just tastes great.
That it does.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yes, sir. And you mentioned that you guys don't sell a product to somebody they don't need. And when y'all came out to my house, y'all did a thorough, science experiment on the water that was coming out of the sink.
We bring a mobile lab with us, and we test your water right in front of you. Show you everything we're doing. We kind of view it as educational, if nothing else. So it's complimentary. It doesn't cost anything. We'd love to come out and test anyone's water. Like I said, anywhere in the state and even up into North Carolina and down into Georgia. So.
Yeah. The cool part is also, you would think these systems, like when I saw it, how complicated it was and all the parts, I was like, holy crap, it's going to be expensive. It was pretty affordable.
Thank you.
And y'all got a great product, a great price point. So I love referring you guys out too.
Thank you.
Tell me about, some of your more specific areas that you guys are targeting. I don't know if there's an area where, the water system just isn't, up to speed as others, maybe around the lake or kind of out of, wells.
Well, it's good you mentioned the lake, is that we also offer lake systems.
Oh.
So we can put a foot valve out into the water about 200 feet.
Yeah.
Bring water straight out of Lake Murray and provide all the water needs for the home, purified, of course. So one of the few companies in the area that can do that.
Yeah.
But, we look at, of course, city water. We look at, well water. Really doesn't matter. Down in Charleston, we put systems in down there. A lot of people, have issues with sulfur in the water. Yeah. It's a really, really horrible odor. But we can take care of that and do on a regular basis. Up around the mountains sometime, water's the universal solvent. So whatever is flowing through is going to pick some up. Yeah. So it just depends on what minerals are in your area. So we run into high iron content. Yeah. So people have, the white fixtures in their sinks and things like that. They get that red staining. Most likely that's iron. Okay. And we can filter that out. So we have specific systems to take care of that. Mainly it's just whatever your issue is. Some people are very, sensitive to chlorine and ammonias that are in the water, and we can take that out. So a lot of people call us, that have sensitive skin, that type of thing, psoriasis, eczema. Soft water tends to make that better. So.
That is something that I learned about when you guys came out, the difference between the hard and the soft water. I was like, didn't know this was a deal. And
well, it's just the trash that's in your water. Yeah. City water, systems, municipalities do a really good job of taking, the major impurities out of it. But there's so many things that they don't filter out, and they only filter it to a certain level. So what you're doing is you're setting the water back to where God intended it. So a lot of people, you probably heard, some women will collect rainwater, to wash their hair in and things like that. That's soft water. Just a simple explanation of it, that's soft water. Very
cool. Tell me how B&I has been an impact on you guys.
B&I has been awesome. Take this podcast, for example. A lot of people will see this that I would never have gotten an opportunity to meet. So there people that have come up to me and they're asking about water filtration, and the conversation will go around to B&I. Yeah. And I actually had a plumber in Greenwood look at me and go, oh, okay, well, I'll recommend you now because I know somebody has checked you out because you're in B&I. Awesome. So there's a lot of credibility there. Yeah. We'll set up at some trade shows, and so we'll put the B&I, name tag on, and people will walk up and that would not have otherwise stopped and talked to us just because we had that B&I name tag on.
Awesome. Tell me some advice you might give to somebody. You guys are in the sales, home improvements, just like me, home improvement sales. Mm-hmm. Tell me some advice you give to somebody thinking about entering into this business.
Have a thick skin.
Love it.
It's just, you're going to get more no's than yeses. And it's crazy. You'll talk to somebody and they're negative about the concept of what you're trying to talk to them about. And you think, I'll never see that person again. Then, the one person that day that you were talking to a group of folks, is the furthest, from your mind, like, I'll never see that person again. I hate I lost the opportunity, but, they're off to other things. And you wish them well. Then next week, they're the one person that called you. It's just, it's crazy. So,
that's the
don't
truth.
judge.
Yeah. Yeah. Great advice. Great advice. You never want to go in to any appointment with some kind of preconceived concept. That's going to cost you money.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are available online. You guys have a website, quality-life-solutions.com. Mobile number, 803-709-7650.
Yes.
So if anybody is interested in getting a demo of this fantastic product, y'all do free demos?
Yes, complimentary water testing. So.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, reach out. Any final message you would like to leave with the audience?
Just that everybody's water is unique, and let us come out and test it, and that way at least you'll know what's in your water.
Awesome. Hey, David, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it so much.
Hey everyone, many thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow and click the bell to stay up to date on future episodes, or click the link to watch another previous episode.